The Dynasty Podcast is a free-flowing conversation that occasionally touches on mature subjects. You were warned. The Dynasty Podcast is brought to you by Jumbo Donuts. Get a delicious blueberry muffin, bacon and cheese sandwich, or the Jumbo Donuts world-famous chocolate-covered donut. Don't be a fool. Start the day off right at your local Jumbo Donuts.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the assholes on the Dynasty tonight. That's right. It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to raise the curtain on the Dynasty tonight. Why do we always come here? I guess we'll never know. It's like some kind of torture to have to watch the show. And now let's get things started. Why don't you get things started? It's time to get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, sexuational. This is what we call the Dynasty Podcast. And now, coming to you live from Riverdale Studios, your host, the one, the only, Eric Costanza!
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to episode number 5. Wow, number 5 of the Jumbo Donuts Dynasty Podcast. As always, this is Commissioner Eric Costanza coming to you live from Riverdale Studios. We've completed a quarter of the season. Now, I'm not sure when you'll be listening to this podcast, but edition number 2 of the Riverdale Gazette has been completed and mailed. I am very proud of this Gazette, a lot of strenuous hours and time that I put into this Gazette, some glorious paintbrush portraits, as usual, and some worthy, legit, funny, makes you cry, makes you laugh, makes you shit articles. There's a lot of stuff in the Gazette. It's a 6-pager. It features a draft day recap with various pictures and stories and things that occurred at the draft. There's also a featured article write-up of myself as your commissioner, which was actually written by Coach Bub Palucha. Thank you, Bub, for a wonderful job. This is actually the first time in the Gazette history that a featured article has been written by anyone other than myself. He did a fantastic job. He basically wrote about 95% of it. I kind of chipped in just to kind of cross the T's and dot the lowercase J's. But Bub did an excellent job. Him and I actually spent 6 days together in a mansion naked as we only feasted on caterpillars and mushrooms the entire time. It was an exclusive interview. As you guys know, I don't give out interviews all that often, so it was good to spend that time with Coach Bub, and I think he got some good shit for the article. A lot of you may not even be aware. There may be some information within the article that you may not even know about me as your commissioner, so I hope you enjoy that write-up. Also within the Gazette was the contender-pretender results with a little analysis. There was also a little write-up there about the Negroes' 9th round pick of death. And then also there was a little write-up there regarding a shrine that was added into the Dynasty Hall of Fame recently. So, again, I hope you all enjoy edition number 2 of the Riverdale Gazette. Also, I did email out the updated version of the Dynasty spreadsheet to everyone. As I mentioned when I emailed this out, due to the crap load of draft pick trades that have been occurring, I do strongly advise for everyone to at least just go into the draft info page and just confirm that I am record keeping all of that shit accurately. Actually, one coach already let me know of one little typo that I had in there, so believe it or not, I am human, and let me know if there's any inaccuracies within the spreadsheet. Additionally, the Dynasty Mid-Season Hangout. As you know, it was a smashing success last year. We had a great turnout. We had a great time. We will be doing it again this year, Sunday, November the 6th, at Jillian's in Worcester. Yes, Worcester. Brandon, that is a city located in central Massachusetts. The Patriots are going to be playing the New Jersey Giants on that day at 4 o'clock. So mark your goddamn calendars, and we really would like to have another great turnout, another great time, and I'll be reminding everybody as we get closer, but November 6th, mark it up. And another Dynasty update that I'd like to communicate is regarding the contender-pretender vote. You may fully be already aware of this, but I just wanted to communicate it again here, that starting this year and hopefully going forward, for every contender vote that you end up getting correct, it's going to be added into your pick'em standings. So after week 15, after the end of the regular season, the pick'em standings will be updated to incorporate the contender vote. So that could make the difference right there. I mean, if you end up getting 4 of the contender votes correct, or 3 of the 4, or something like that, I mean, that may strongly affect the pick'em standings there at that moment. Now, the pick'em votes do go all the way through the playoffs and the Dynasty Bowl, but I certainly think that this contender vote may strongly impact it. So just be aware of that. And then lastly, as you are aware, last week I made the announcement that if I do not hear back from Coach Jeff Gard by this podcast, then I'd be firing his pale, sorry ass as the Dynasty Facebook analyst. Well, guess what?
Now let's take a look into last week's results. Who kicked some ass? Who sucked?
Oh God, oh my God.
Last week was outer divisional rivalry weekend. It was the first time that we were able to play a team outside of our division for the first time this year. Now, I am very proud to report that the ratings just came in, and last week was the most watched Gamecast in Dynasty regular season history. I'm sure Jumbo Donuts is going to be extremely pleased to hear about this. Now, for the most part, scoring was down in Week 5, as 7 teams scored less than 100 points. But the game of the week, the Amber Alerts versus the Hong Kong Cavaliers. Now, this game almost didn't even happen. Before the game started, I don't know if any of you saw this maybe on the highlights or whatnot, but there was a little scuffle that broke loose between Coach Johnny C. and Coach Whiffen. I don't know, I think I saw someone spat on someone. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it's a good thing that Ed Hockley was the ref for that game, because he kind of stepped in, used his massive 24-inch pythons and separated the two, made sure that the game actually took place. Now, Hong Kong got off to a big lead, led by Eli Manning's 26 points and Dwayne Bowe and Pierre Garçon's 24 points each. But going into the Monday night game, Hong Kong had a 30-point lead with his tight end Brandon Pettigrew still to play. But the Amber Alerts had his pair of newly acquired child stalkers in Javad Best and Calvin Johnson. Now, Best went for 163 rushing yards and a touchdown, good for 22 points, and the man they call Megatron went for 130 receiving yards and a touchdown for 19 points, which gave Johnny C. the 127 to 123 victory. And when factoring in Ben Jarvis Green Ellis Hobbs III's 26 points, which was 5th amongst all fantasy players this week, Coach Johnny C got a total of 67 points